So what are the two things that can destroy your testosterone and your other hormone levels? Hey guys, it's Dr. Eric, the fitness edition. So just a short video today about a couple of things that can crush your hormones and your testosterone. The biggest things, as you know, I talk about the double S, right? You know, I love my superheroes. I'm always doing talking about like Superman, how he has this S on his chest. There's a double S, sleep and stress, right? So if you have high stress levels and poor sleep, you're gonna feel terrible. You're gonna feel angry, fearful, impatient, tired, hangry, cranky, not in the mood, fearful, worried about things, craving sweet food and things that you don't want, and then you're going to start gaining some weight down below, right? You get some big spikes in your stress hormones and the cortisol, and this lack of sleep on top of that compounds. And guess what goes down is above, besides your mood and your attitude, your testosterone, your estrogen, your thyroid. These all get crushed and they go down, as well as all your other hormones. So more stress, more cortisol, less sleep, less beneficial hormones. And you know the power of hormones. I talk about hormonal fitness and cellular muscle medicine all the time. So sleep wise, we know how poor people are sleeping nowadays, right? Before 1950, look, most people got, at least almost 8 hours of sleep a night. In the early 2000s, it's dropped to close to 6. And nowadays, a lot of people are getting a lot less than that, right? Up to 40% of men fail to get at least 6 hours of quality sleep, and women were just as bad too. In fact, they attributed over 100,000 deaths each year in the U.S. alone just from medical errors, just by sleep deprivation. So what's happening in every other industry, airlines and service industries and truckers, drivers, people on the road all the time, right? Only sleeping for maybe 5 hours a night can actually crush some of your hormones. Some of your testosterone levels, thyroid levels can drop 10 to 15% or more in just one night. So imagine if you're doing this night after night after night for years, right? This can have massively horrible effects on your health. Yeah. So, like I said, when these things can crush your hormonal levels, so we don't want this, right? Prime extract, we want to fix this. So, top ways, let's focus on saying 5 top ways to reduce stress. There's a million ways, right? I talk about prayer and meditation all the time. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day, doing some breath work, doing some prayer, doing some meditation. These can work wonders, right? And you can drop your stress level. Like I said, 5 to 10 minutes. That's all it takes. Do some simple breath work, some abdominal breathing, say a couple prayers, do some affirmations, close your eyes, and just visualize your life that way you want it to be. Anything like this is going to be very helpful. You can do this, multiple times a day. Another one is just take a walk, right? Walking is like kind of like walking, or walk is like a kind of like a moving meditation, right? And it doesn't have to be long. You can just be, for even just 10, 20 minutes is easy, but you can do this multiple times throughout the day. If you're stuck somewhere, you can get up and pace around your office, or if you get a break to go to the restroom, just take a little extra loop around, like stretch it out to 5, 10 minutes, walk in the morning, walk in the evening. It doesn't have to be an hour walk at a time. It can be 10, 20 minutes. I always tell people in terms of body composition, right after you eat, walk for 10, 20, 50, 25 minutes. It's going to help you metabolize that food even better. And you're going to crush stress. In the evening, you can walk with your significant other or with your dog or whatever, and you can kind of chill and have some social time at the same time. So it's a great way to crush stress, and you get some easy cardio. It's like easy zone 2 cardio, right? It's going to help you burn some calories. And the third one is just stop doing things you hate. If you're at a place you don't want to be, leave there. If you're around toxic people, don't be around them. If you hate your job, get a different job and do the things that you want to do. Fourth one is, relationships and communication. We're social creatures, right? You have friends who are constantly putting down. Like I said, you're in a toxic work environment, you're around people who nick and pick at you and just don't like you. Did I say nick? Or someone you're fighting with all the time. You got to fix that. You got to get out of that. So you got to have people that are supportive to you, that you enjoy being around, that build you up. You want to be fly with the eagles, not peck around with the vultures, right? That's why stress is going to be a big problem. You have other issues too. And the fifth one is kind of like going along with this, right? Is kind of finding your true passion, right? Things that you have meaning, give your life a sense of purpose. Sometimes we are stuck in a job you just have to do, right? But outside that, you can use that to fuel your passions on the side as a side business or a side hobby or whatever. But if you can do something you really enjoy doing, great. Just find your true passion and just work on it every day. You're going to figure your stress levels melt away. Some people just like to sit around and read or make puzzles or just go meet other people at events. That's great. But find that's going to help you. You're just going to fuel your day, and it's going to make you feel really good and drop your stress levels. Now let's talk about sleep, right? We want to get at least 7 to 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted quality sleep, right? So number one, again, watch what you eat before bed, right? Try not to eat a huge heavy meal. I always tell people try to, biggest meal should be your breakfast or lunch, and then have a smaller dinner if you can. Try not to eat a huge meal before bed. But if you're going to eat dinner, try not to eat for at least 3 to 4 hours before bed, because then you're interfering with digestion. That's going to interfere with your body's ability to heal and to sleep, quite frankly. You can have some people do better with a little bit of protein and fat at dinner. Some people do better with a little bit of carbs at dinner to help get serotonin, some of the other neurotransmitters and hormones in the brain to help promote sleep. But the biggest thing is try to avoid a huge meal before. Some people wake a lot because of they're still trying to get their self figured out and try to get their hormones under control, the blood sugar under control. Might do it as a light snack a couple hours before bed. But most people in general try to avoid eating 3 or 4 hours before bed. It's going to rest your gut. All that digestion and extra energy you want to digest is going to interfere with your sleep quality. And number two is develop a good pre-bed routine, right? Get rid of all the blue light. I talk about this all the time, right? Phones, iPads, televisions, at least an hour before bed. Read a book, dim the lights, put red lights, orange lights around your house, wear blue blockers. Just try to avoid those bright lights. And then get in your routine of maybe, like I said, meditating, prayer, do some reading, and then just take a hot shower, rub your hands under some hot water. It helps it kind of that when you get in bed, your body cools. And as it cools, you get a little sleepy, right? And boom, you're done. And do a little, I always tell people do what's called what I call a brain dump or a stress dump, right? Write down everything that's on your mind or bothering you and then write it down on a piece of paper, then just rip it up and throw it away. Write down your to-do list for the next day, get everything out of your brain that you're thinking and worrying about, and then you can go to bed. And then the last thing I like to do is kind of visualize my brain, just kind of literally emptying everything of its stress. And I visualize, and I like to thank God for everything I've had for the day. And he's helping me to purge my brain of all stress and negative emotions, and then filling up my brain with positive emotions, with faith, with calm assurance, with positivity. And I kind of visualize that in my brain right after I read my book and say a prayer. Then I go to bed. Next one is just to set up your bedroom, right? And we all know about having a good quality mattress, pillow, and bedding. Try not to get synthetic materials if you can. Make it dark, make it cold, right? You can use earplugs, use sound machines, use masks to block out light, but really it should be super dark and get those shades to kind of block out all the lights. You can, again, a white noise or turn on a fan. Have the room nice and cool. I like the fan too, and all of that it helps to cool me off a little bit as well. And as I mentioned, magnesium is a big friend of mine too, especially 3-nitroglycinate before bed. You can take even as much as a gram, several hundred, 300, 400, 500 milligrams or more. Now you can also comes with a spray. You can spray on, it helps with this as well. And glycine is also helpful. And my pre-bed smoothies has magnesium, glutamine, and glycine in it. And it kind of helps to promote gut health and promote rest and helps you to kind of relax. It doesn't make you drowsy, but it does promote sleep. I don't like the prescription sleep medicines. They have a lot of adverse effects and it kind of disrupts the quality of your sleep. Patients are having a real hard time. I'll do a sustained release melatonin because it lasts the whole night. And it wears off in time so you don't get groggy. But I try not to use that all the time. So you do all these things and you wake up and you're feeling good. And so this is all going to be balanced. Another one is to start your day the next day. The day, every morning, you should try to get up, face the sun if you can, and look at it at least for 5 minutes. And if you can't walk towards it, you get something called optic flow. It's a circadian rhythm thing in your brain. It kind of tells your brain, it energizes it, fixes you, gets you moving for the day. And it actually will not only help wake you up, turn off the melatonin, get the cortisol and all the other hormones in a proper balance so you can wake up and get on with your day. But it's also going to prime your body to make melatonin that night to help you with sleep. So the night before starts the day of, right? And the day of starts your night, if that makes sense. So we want to be a circular kind of thing, right? So that's a great way. So always start the day with sun. And if you can, they do make those little devices that kind of simulate the rays of the sun. If you're in a dark climate or somewhere you don't get a lot of sun, that can be very helpful as well. Use red light, infrared light throughout the day if you can, during the day if you can, just for other healing purposes. And then at night, you want the opposite. You want it dark, nice and dark. So nice and dark and cold is great. There's some quick tips to crush stress, improve your sleep, and this is where you're going to optimize your hormones. Sleep and stress, crush it. Focus on the good superheroes, not the bad stuff. And let me know what you think of this video. Please like it and share it. Reach out to me. I'm doing telemedicine all across the country at drericprimax.com. I got some cool new products and services coming soon, so pay attention to that. Check out all my social media. And again, tell me your top tips and tricks for sleep and stress. Comment below, and please like and share this post. Everyone have a rocking day, and we will talk to you soon.